I want to head now to Sanford, Florida, where a judge has decided jurors in George Zimmerman's second-degree murder trial will be sequestered. This is the fourth day of jury selection. Zimmerman, a former neighborhood watchman, is accused of fatally shooting 17-year-old Trayvon Martin in February of last year. And he claims he shot the Florida teen in self-defense and has pleaded not guilty. The trial is expected to last as long as a month. CNN legal analyst Mark NeJame comes out front now. So, Mark, why would the judge wait until now to announce a sequestration?
I think she was simply holding out to determine whether the jury needed to be sequestered. It's a big deal, a lot of expense, a lot of resources are directed towards getting a jury and keeping them safe, keeping them protected, housing them. So there's a lot to it. And it's also a tremendous inconvenience for the jurors sitting. So all those sensitivities were in there. But I think as you heard the questions being asked and all the answers coming today, it's pretty obvious that she needed to do that. People were talking about family and friends approaching them, wanting to influence them already, and they're only sitting in a jury pool right now, let alone being in a jury. I think the judge just thought the risk was far too great to let them go out, go home, be around family, friends, and somebody trying to influence them. So I think she made the right decision without question.
And there was concern even when picking a jury that they wouldn't be able to find anyone in the country that wouldn't be tainted by media coverage.
Yeah, and I never really bought into that. We've never had a jury in the United States history that we weren't able to find and have in a criminal case. So it was a matter of doing a little bit more work. But, you know, not everybody follows the news. There's a lot of the jurors who you'd listen to, and they're very intelligent people. They just choose simply not to stay current with what's going on concerning crime stories or court cases or matters such as that. So they're getting there. Actually, I've been more impressed than I expected to be with the selection that we've heard so far. A lot of, intelligent people have been giving good, forthright answers, all but seemingly one from yesterday anyway. But by and large, it seems like they've been straight on.
2 to 4 weeks, does that seem about par for this type of trial?
It does, and a lot of it will depend upon how tight the judge keeps it. If you've been watching her, she's been running a really tight ship here. If, in fact, the judge goes ahead and limits it to about the 5 minutes where this situation, where the shooting and the death occurred, then the case is going to go on the shorter end. If the door becomes opened by one party or the other, where they're going to be getting in all these extraneous matters that we've heard so much about on the news, but are not necessarily relevant or material to court, then the case could drag on to the further end. But if, in fact, they really keep it limited to what happened during those fateful 5 minutes or so, I think the case is going to be on the shorter side than the longer side. But if the state ends up opening the door and they started getting into character issues and matters such as that, we could be in for a little bit of a longer trial.
CNN legal analyst Mark NeJame, thank you, sir. We appreciate you.
Thank you.